Hey, good morning. It's Alan from Radtac. I thought I would share a really quick video about something that's incredibly important while we're in this homebound world, and that is this piece on hedonic adaptation. So nobody really seems to be talking about it at the minute. We're talking about, the growth of the coronavirus around the world, and I understand that completely. But the truth of the matter is that for significant majority of us, how we've kind of done life has changed quite dramatically. And so I wanted to show you this page. So I've just put hedonic adaptation into Google, and this is what has come up. In hedonic adaptation is the observed tendency of humans to quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness despite major positive or negative events or life changes. What does that really mean? It means that they've done research on lottery winners and found that about 6 weeks after winning the lottery, that individual's level of happiness is no greater or less than the average person in the street. Quite extraordinary, right? And then also in bad times, so they've done similar research with people who have had quite serious accidents and lost a limb, and then around about 6 to 8 weeks later they've gone back to check in on these individuals to find astonishingly that their levels of happiness, if you want to call it that, the psychologists call it subjective well-being, is pretty much the same as the average person on the street. So why is it important to know this right now? So I'm just going to bring up one of these diagrams. Because at the minute we're in this process of the unknown, uncertainty. Uncertainty brings with it a lot of anxiety. But a bit like these little curves on these diagrams, the bad stuff has happened. At some point we'll end up coming back to our set level of happiness within about the next 4 or 5 weeks. And this will be the new normal. Now the question is, why is this happen? Why does this hedonic adaptation happen? And reality is, it's, according to the scientists anyway, I believe a lot of it is to do with the fact that it's part of our survival apparatus. So in times of famine, we can't get too despondent, otherwise we just lie down and die. So after a few weeks of putting up with the terrible sort of times where there's not so many berries around or food to eat, we adapt. The body adapts, our mind adapts, and that becomes our new normal. So it's actually a very, very healthy adaptation that we have. And we are still kind of like hunter-gatherers in our genetic makeup. So this process will happen. So what you'll see over the next few weeks is people will begin to adapt, as they have in Italy, to some pretty harrowing kind of conditions. So they're singing the national anthem. They're clapping the medical teams every night. I saw an opera singer singing an aria in Florence. These are all signs that people are starting to adapt to their new normal. So I wanted to share this slightly more positive message when there's a lot of kind of scary stuff running around, to say it will be okay. There are challenges ahead for sure. There are difficult times ahead. But all of us have the gear within us to adapt to these challenging times. So I wish you all well. I've got a webinar tomorrow about how to have happy, high-performing teams. If you get a chance, come and hang out. That would be great. But, try and stay positive. Get a routine into your day. Do some exercise at home. Have some goals for the next, could be 3 months. And understand that you have everything within you to cope with this. All right? Wish you all well. Hope that's helpful, and I'll speak to you soon.